Hello, welcome to my channel and I hope you enjoy my tutorial. This tutorial will be teaching you how to make a countdown timer where you can enter the value for hour and another one for minute and the other one for second, and then it should be able to count down your time to the last second. So yes, I'm gonna try and run this a little bit faster for you. I've already made this code, but I'm gonna explain to you how I did it right from the beginning. I will just be using comments for you to understand it better. So it's counting down like that. Okay, so okay, let's carry on now. I'll show you the code. Okay, so you've seen the example, so let's go up here. Okay, so what I did here is to first of all enable the program, or to run the time function, and to be able to clear the screen. So this code enables the program to use the time function, okay, and also clear the screen. Okay, that's line 2. So now we've done that. Line 4 will then set the hour. This could be either 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, whatever. So you can modify this by asking the user to enter the hour, minute, or second. Okay, and then you can use wherever they entered and assign it to these variables. But for a start, let me just manually type them in. Okay, so that's what this does. Now we're gonna define a function with arguments of hour, minute, and second. So t will work out the amount of seconds from the set time. So what we do, because we know each minute is 60 seconds and each hour is 360 seconds. Okay, so if they set the hours to 5, that's 5 times 360, and the minute, if it's 0, then minutes is nothing for the minutes. And if they set the seconds to, let's say, a 10, then it becomes 360. If let's say the hour is 1, it becomes 1 times 360, so 360 plus 10, which is 370 seconds. That's the value of t. Okay, so what does t do? T is used to help us count down 1 second at a time. Okay, so while t is greater than but not equal to 0. Okay, t has to be greater than 0 but not equal to 0. Okay, that's not equal to. So which means the moment it knocks 0, the timer has to stop. Okay, but t has to be greater than 0. So what happens in that process? We're also going to say, okay, as long as, so while is the same as saying as long as. Okay, let me change that. Seconds or minutes or hours, okay, is still greater than 0. Okay, which means this code here is going to carry on running up until seconds, minutes, and hour are all equal to 0. But if one of them is greater than 0, the code will carry on running, which means the timer will carry on processing. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. Then hashtag if seconds, or the value of s, yeah, if s, which is seconds, okay, is not equal to 0. Okay, if seconds is not equal to 0, what happens? Display the current time. Okay, so you're going to display the current time. Okay, now the F here is for formatting these integers, because remember we are mixing string. Okay, that's a string data type as well. Okay, so these columns are string data types. When you're mixing them into a, trying to print out something or a sentence or words, and mixing them with integer data types, you've got to convert them to so that they're all under the same format of string. That's why we put an F there. Sometimes you can use the str, but then you have to put every integer variable in brackets. So you do strh, strm, strs. That's the shortcut. You just write F there, everything in quotations, and then the variables are in curly braces. Wait for 1 second. Okay, remember it's a timer, so it's counted down per second to the second. So wait for 1 second. Okay, now we're going to reduce the value of t. Now remember what t is: the amount of the total, all the time that is setting. It's going to be counted down, but t has to work it out, all of it, into seconds. So as this is happening, we're going to reduce the value of t. Okay, reduce the value of total seconds in bracket, that's t, yeah, t by 1. After doing that, now remember we are counting down with displaying seconds, so we are going to again reduce the value of, this is of seconds, okay, which is s, by 1, which is why you saw this timer counting down 55, 54, 53, and so forth. Okay, it's gonna keep taking away 1, taking away 1. It also takes away 1 from the total amount of seconds. And then what happens? If you want this timer to look like a timer, like it's counting down without showing too much text, you've got to delete this current text and then redisplay it, but with the new value of seconds, because remember you reduced it here by 1. Okay, so clear the screen for new text to show. Okay, i.e. Remaining time. All right, now at this point we're saying but if seconds, if the time in seconds is finished, check if minutes has a value. Okay, check if minutes has a value. If the seconds are complete, do we still have a value in minutes, the minutes section? If we do, then we're going to have to take away 1 minute and transfer it to the second section. Okay, second section. Okay, now set the new value of seconds, bracket s, to 60. Okay, so now we've set the new value of seconds to 60, but how about the minutes side? We're going to take away the value of minutes. We're going to reduce it by 1. Okay, let me copy and paste that there. Reduce the value of minutes, yeah, minutes, by 1. Okay, that is going to be m. Reduce it by 1. So now it's a minute less, the remaining time. However, but then if seconds, let me abbreviate that, and minutes are finished, check if hour has values. Okay, because let's say you set an hour and 20 minutes, it's gonna then reduce to an hour and 19 minutes and 60 seconds, 59, 58, 50, up until the time when the seconds is 0, and then it's gonna become an hour, 18 minutes and 60 seconds, 59, 58, like that. As you know how the countdown timer works. Okay, so it's gonna check on the hour section. If there's a value, it's gonna transfer that value to the minute section or take away 1 from it, and then that will change into a 60, okay, which means 60 minutes, and then the 60 minutes is going to be reduced by 1, and that 1 will be transferred to the second side, which will turn into 60 seconds. Okay, now after checking that there could be a value in hour and hour is actually greater than 0, okay, what happens? Reduce the value of hours left by 1. Okay, reduce the value of hours left by 1. Okay, and I'll put this in bracket and say is h. And when that happens, we're now going to reset minutes and seconds. Okay, so set the value of minutes 60 each. Minutes and seconds being 60, you need to take away 1 from the minute side, because that 1 was transferred to the second side and it became 60 instead, because remember it's 60 seconds for every minute, so which means minute now has to be 59 and not 60. So to do that, we need to reduce it. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, reduce the value of minute by 1, and then we are ready to display our time. Okay, let me make it even better by adding hour, like that, hour, minute and seconds. And I can also go up here, print function, and I write hour. So this is how it works. And then the final thing, that because remember you created this function that does all of this, okay, you need to activate the function, you need to call it. It's called calling a function, this here. Okay, call that function to activate it, right? Or to run it. So that's how you do your timer. That's how you make your timer, like that. Yeah, and then your timer starts running. 1 hour 0 minutes 8 seconds. Then the hour goes off. 0 hours now, but 59 minutes, and now 55 seconds are counting down. When seconds are finished, then it's gonna come to 59 minutes and so forth. Okay, well, anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and thanks for watching.